I know. I know. It's gross. Alright. I don't think we actually have to talk to her again. Anyway, yeah, I actually suspect that's probably why I've got a little bit of a headache. I've been trying to spend a little less time in front of the computer too, because sometimes it's just like right behind my eyes, but the blood ritual is required once every month. I don't know how long it's gonna take him to get his shit done. We could go down into the cistern and get that necklace at the very least. I think I'm gonna do that.
Hey, you're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you?
I know about your creature. Don't worry about me.
Well, it's your funeral.
I always got mine with birth control. Unless you're talking like an IUD. I think the IUD makes it go away. Did you fucking hold still? Damn! You got a headache because your allergies went nuts from the weather going from 60 to like 20? Oh my god. It's been doing that shit here too. What's up, friend? How you doing? Alright, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna show it to Sentia. You know, that's kind of a good question, but they sort of somewhat cover it, because that thing attacking me, it's almost like those things became less human when they got skinned, and me actually shooting them with the golden bow and encasing them in gold is like a kindness, because they're skinned. Kicking him was a little less of a kindness, but I mean, he was in my way. You just got a headache? Oh, man. Have a good one, Bacon. Yeah, we'll be doing Fallout New Vegas tomorrow. For sure.
Don't believe a word they tell you.
Okay, man.
So you survived the cistern. Probably just a stroke of fortuna. Don't get cocky.
Sentius and Malleolus. Same excrement, different smell. That's true, that's true. No, I need to talk to her again as well, because I probably have another similarity that I can throw towards her.
Whatever are you wearing?
Shut up.
Oh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want?
Let's talk about Scintilla.
Oh, you heard about her disappearance, I take it.
I did. I found this pendant in the cistern. Do you have any idea whose it was?
Oh no, that's Scintilla's. The question is, what was it doing in the cistern?
I found it on the necklace of a skeleton.
A skeleton? Oh God, you mean she's...
I don't know. Something about it doesn't seem right to me.
What do you mean?
That it doesn't seem right to me. I'm just not sure how she could have been reduced to a skeleton after like 3 weeks. That doesn't make any sense.
But didn't Domitius say there's some kind of creature down there that killed and ate Hannibal? Could it not have attacked her too?
I mean, what if that skeleton was Hannibal's?
What are you saying? That somebody crept down there and put Scintilla's amulet on another body to make us think she was dead? Why would anyone do such a thing?
Because... I'm probably just being paranoid.
That's it then. My little sister is dead. She just left her room one night, walked down into the cistern and died.
I'm afraid so.
All this time, we've been searching for her. And she was already gone. I think it's best if this stays between us for now. I'll tell the others tomorrow, once election day is over. I'd like to be alone now, thank you.
I don't want you to live with that information. I should have given her something different to think about. That's fine, though. That's fine. Really hungry rats ate her, yeah. Her face. This young lean who said he was a fire rat.
So you survived the cistern. Probably just a stroke of fortuna. Don't get cocky.
Are we 100% sure that was her, though? The skeleton? That's not. It's 100% not her. She's alive.
Domitius doesn't usually let anyone in here without a hefty tribute, so you must have been desperate to see me. Well, what do you want?
I want you to withdraw from the election.
Are you insane? You barge into my villa uninvited and then make outrageous demands? Why would I withdraw from an election I'm bound to win?
Because I know that you're Quintius. Your wife gave me a love letter and Nero wants you dead.
So, it finally caught up with me. I suppose that makes you... what? One of Nero's assassins?
No, I'm not. Fortunately for you, you get to live for now.
So, you're not going to kill me?
Not if you withdraw from the election immediately, and, everybody's already been released actually, I don't know that for sure. If you release everyone else in debt bondage to you.
Oh, so much work and money. Oh, well, if I do it, you'd let me live?
I will.
Fine. Ruling this cesspit of a city would have been beneath me anyway. I'll have Domitius notify the priestess of my withdrawal and release those two from debt bondage. There, you got what you wanted. Now, please, leave my villa and never speak to me again.
Okay. Yeah. Good. I need to convince what's-his-face.
Score!
Yeah.
Domitius, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
I've made a decision to release Julia and Ulpius and withdraw from the election. I want you to go and inform Equitia.
Sir? Are you under duress, sir?
I've just had a change of heart.
But you were on track to be magistrate, sir. All that work, all that money wasted.
Those are my orders. Carry them out.
As you wish, sir.
I gotta go find Mr. Clean.
All weapons are to be tossed into the chasm. Magistrate's orders.
He's in his weed field.
Don't believe a word they tell you.
Hey, man, what? She's talking about this. Malleolus has withdrawn his candidacy from today's election. Unless any new challengers are nominated by nightfall, Sentius will be reelected as magistrate by default. Did you hear that? Screaming from the sky?
Salve again, friend. I went and did as you asked, and it worked. How is it possible that you've just arrived here and you already know everyone and exactly what's about to happen to them?
Just a lucky guess.
Good one. But seriously, how did you know?
You'd never believe me if I told you.
Oh, come on. I just did as you asked. The least you can do is level with me. I'll keep it between us. I promise.
I'm reliving the same day over and over again.
You're toying with me, right? Wait, you're not kidding, are you? That's the only way you could have known. You're a bit like... Oh, what was his name? Sisyphus. Yeah, that's the one. Old King Sisyphus.
Yeah, how so? I already know the answer, but tell me again.
Sisyphus was a Greek king a long time ago. For daring to think he could outsmart the gods, he was given a terrible punishment. He was forced to push a great boulder up to the top of a hill. Only, just as it reached the top, it would roll all the way back down to the bottom, forcing him to start over and over and over again for all eternity. Just like you. Actually, now that I think about it, there are a bunch of old stories about the gods punishing people by making them do the same futile task over and over. Tantalus was made to grasp at fruit on a tree he could never quite reach. The Pleiades had to keep fetching water in a sieve. Oh, and Ixion was strapped to a wheel going round and round forever. But on the bright side, at least you're not stuck in the underworld like they all were. Anyway, I don't know which god you managed to upset to get yourself into this position, friend, but you seem all right to me. So, I'll tell you what. I'll keep doing whatever I can to help you. And you just focus on finding a way to break the cycle you're in.
Well, thanks, Galerius.
Anytime, friend. Now, I'm going to keep your secret. Although, it's not as if I'll remember this next time we talk anyway, right? Oh, and if our conversations ever start to annoy you, just tell me you're busy. I know when I'm not wanted. May fortune smile on you, friend.
He's such a good dude, it makes me sick.
I saw you slide down that rope before. Very impressive.
Yeah, man.
And strange, too, since that device you use is exactly the same as one I've been working on for weeks. Oh, of course. It's because I already gave it to you in a previous time loop, isn't it?
You get
Anyway,
it.
I'm sorry to ask, but is there any chance you'd be willing to do me a favor?
I already delivered a flower of Aquitia. I gave her the flower, dude.
What? How did you know? Oh, I see. We talked about it in a previous loop, didn't we? Well, what did she say?
She loves you too. She can marry you when she's 36.
Venus, that is the best news I've ever heard in my life. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You have no idea how happy you've made me.
Yeah, I know.
I wish there was something I could do to thank you properly, but I don't have much to offer you. All I can do is tell you where there's a secret stash of coins you might be interested in.
I'm totally interested in that, but I don't need anything from you.
Thank you, friend.
Yeah.
But I'd feel bad if I didn't tell you anyway. In the rock tunnel near the stairs, there's a little doorway set into the rock. Inside, if you look carefully, you can see a chest. Unfortunately, one of those golden huntress statues is blocking the path, and I'm not game to move it. If you can figure out how to get past it, I reckon there might be a small fortune waiting for you. I hope that helps in some way.
Have you ever thought about running for magistrate?
I've bounced the idea around once or twice, mainly as a way of getting Dooley set free. God knows Sentius is never going to do it. But from what I hear, Malleolus has the elections stitched up. Nobody's going to take him on and win. And maybe that's not such a bad thing. I mean, he talks a lot about freedom, so I'm hoping if he's elected, he'll release Dooley from his cell. And that's good enough for me.
Malleolus withdrew. Your girlfriend just announced it.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, that was unexpected.
Yeah.
I wonder what could have possessed him to do that. Well, I guess it's time for me to step up then. I'll let Equitia know I'll be running.
Hell yeah! I'll be going
All
now.
right, friend. Hope you find a way to break that cycle you're in.
Doing my best, man. Okay, so... we gotta deal with the priestess. We should go talk to, her again. I was trying to think about, talking to Aquisha as well. Excuse me. Not at all where I really wanted to be. I also really, really want to get this motherfucker to stop bothering, Virgil. Hi.
A new face. Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit?
Equitia. Aquisha. I'm gonna call you Aquisha. I've been asking people about how they wound up here, trying to find a pattern.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why you're telling me, but you've come to the right person. Did you find a pattern then? What have you noticed?
Some people have mentioned a river, memory lapses, and a coin.
Yes.
Yeah.
I suppose that could be something. But then most of us do tend to carry coins on our person, don't we? What else?
Memory lapses?
That's true. I know I wasn't entirely sure how I wound up here. What else?
A river?
Yes. I understand many of our friends were carried here by a river current. It's as I feared.
Keep an eye out for some.
I think I understand what poor Livia has been going through. Let me ask you this. Did you happen to encounter a stranger in the forest before you arrived here?
I did. Karen.
And did you happen to catch her name?
Karen.
I see. And was this Karen by any chance wearing a hood?
She's wearing a hoodie.
Because I've seen her before. There's something I think you should see. I think you'd better follow me to the baths.
Okay.
But don't follow too closely. We can't have people thinking we're bathing together.
Oh, what?
Don't believe a word they tell you.
That's all that guy ever says. Yeah, like, what's wrong with that? Equitia. Yeah.
Salve.
Salve. Salve, salve. Huh. Mr. Stimpak. If she is just in here titias out, then I'm gonna have more questions because she was the one who was so worried about what other people would think. I'm a modern person. What if I just went... Oh, I can't kick. Damn.
All right, you're here. You were asking how I knew the young woman you met by the river was wearing a hood.
Mm-hmm.
Here, look down at the bottom of the baths. It's a little hard to make out in this light. If only we could see. Oh, what a marvelous lamp. But do you see it? Somebody waking up by a river in a forest to find a hooded figure with a coin. It's just as you described it, only your pronunciation is a little off. The name you heard wasn't Karen. It was C-H-A-R-O-N, as in Charon, the ferryman of the dead.
Yo!
Charon, who in exchange for the right coin helps the souls of the newly deceased cross the Styx, the river that separates the land of the living from the land of the dead.
When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, but all I found was some loose change. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
There are a bunch of old stories
I'm
about
bad
the
at
gods.
math and I have
punishing
no
people
idea
by
how
making
many
them do the
years
same
85
futile
months
task
ends up
over and
being.
over. But on the bright side, at least you're not stuck in the underworld like they all were.
I'm so sorry, my friend. I'm so sorry. I take it you know what this means.
That her name is Karen with a CH. And the handicapped hobo, thanks for 85 months. I mean, I just passed 7 years of partnership, so it's somewhere up there, for sure. I hope you're well, dude. What's up, Jeremy? And thank you, Cabifier, for the host. Karen. So this place has to be the underworld.
I'm afraid so. It's all starting to make sense. All these people whose last memory was running from the fires toward the river. It seems none of them escaped with their lives after all. Perhaps we should be grateful they don't remember their final moments. It also tells us that the Golden Rule is the work of Pluto, the god of the underworld, and why his epithet has always been Father of Riches. I know it's a lot to take in, and you look as if you have questions, so I'll try to answer them if I can.
So we're dead, right?
That was my first thought too. In the old stories, the underworld was where the souls of the deceased were taken. But it was also possible for the living to reach it without dying, if they were particularly fearless. So I'm afraid I don't know.
God damn. Now I'm the Katy Perry song today. I'm hot and then I'm cold. Zombie Variant 22, thanks for 6 months. Get my burrito blanket back out. What can you tell me about Karen?
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting you're not from here. If you were Roman, or even Greek, you would know these stories. Each of them is slightly different, whether the storyteller was Plato, Homer, Virgil, or Ovid. But they always involved the souls of the dead meeting a grim ferryman named Charon on the bank of a river. It was said that he'd help the new arrival cross, only if they could pay him with a coin, an obol. That's why it was once our custom to bury our loved ones with a coin in their mouths. Charon's obol, we called it. Of course, an obol was a kind of Greek coin, because we inherited this knowledge from the Greeks.
Why didn't you all recognize Charon immediately?
To be fair, the ferryman isn't exactly as the poets described, and he, she, they, They seem to appear to different people in different guises. You say you saw a young woman named Karen with a hood, and I once heard Kabash mention a stranger in a ram headdress named Kerti, and Rufius described meeting a stranger named Kumut Tabal wearing an eagle headdress. But whatever form this stranger took, they were always wearing a hood of some sort, and their name always began with a K sound. I suspect the only way you'll solve this riddle is if your paths cross again.
I love that we just got like a historical breakdown of the name Karen from this perspective. So why are there so few people in the underworld?
Good question. Let's see. In the stories, Charon would always require a coin as payment for passage across the river. But that never made any sense to me. What does an ancient immortal being need with coins? In our case, it seems Charon didn't take the coins we had. He or she merely checked we had one in our possession. So, maybe there's something special about the coins each of us had on us. That might explain why we wound up here, but so many others did not.
Did Charon always want to, like, speak to the manager? What about, Kerti? Did any of them want to speak to a higher up? Or were they just interested in... why are you keeping this from me?
No. I mean, I had my suspicions, especially after Livia's ramblings, but I would never have figured it out without your help, I promise you.
Well, I guess that's all I have.
Now that we know where we are, we have to figure out what to do about it, if we don't want to be cast into gold for eternity.
I don't want that.
We don't have much to go on, except the old stories. I remember 4 in particular about heroes in the underworld. Hercules, the demigod and son of Jupiter, Orpheus, a Thracian poet, Sisyphus, a king of Ephyra, and Aeneas, a Trojan hero. Hercules was able to leave the underworld because he cowed its god with his strength. Sisyphus and Orpheus both relied on their wits instead. They persuaded the goddess of the underworld, Proserpina, to help them escape. And finally, Aeneas was able to escape with the help of a spirit guide, who led him through a secret gate. So it seems you have 2 options: to confront the god of the underworld head-on, or find a way to escape with the help of Proserpina or some other guide.
Right. Can't we just escape the way we came in?
It's a reasonable question, but the problem is, this place is fairly well designed to keep us here. There's no way to climb up the shaft. And even if you could build a ladder big enough, just trying it would break the golden rule. We know that, thanks to the writings left behind by those who've tried.
I noticed that you're pretty uncomfortable calling the god of the underworld by his name. Is he Voldemort? Is he Voldemort?
All Romans try to avoid saying it, and the reason is quite simple. He might hear us. You may refer to him as Pluto, if you wish, but you'll only be calling attention to yourself. Do so at your own
Is he
peril.
Candyman? If I say it 3 times, he'll just appear? Tell me more about confronting Candyman head-on.
Shh! Is everyone so blunt where you're from?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That option would be the boldest, but also the only way to learn the truth about the Golden Rule, and maybe even put an end to it. As I said, Hercules managed to overpower the god of the underworld, but he was a demigod. Forgive my candor, but you are no Hercules.
He couldn't manipulate time or turn organic matter into gold either. I can do those things.
Are you telling me that you can? I won't pretend to understand exactly what that means, but if that's true, then perhaps you stand a chance.
Yo, DJ!
So, if you want to confront him, I'll help you as much as I can.
Fortune favors the
Who
bold.
knows?
Equitia.
Perhaps
Team,
your
good
name
job.
will be uttered in the same sentence as Hercules one day. But first, you'd need an audience with you-know-who, and for that, you'll need to enter the great temple overlooking the city. The problem
She
is,
never-
the door has been sealed shut for as long as I've lived here, and there doesn't even seem to be a keyhole.
She never stops talking.
I suspect the answer lies in the desecrated obelisk in front of it.
She just needs...
I'm not sure if you noticed, but there are 4 plaques missing from its base.
5 seconds.
It looks as though somebody, or a series of somebodies, forcibly removed them, and in doing so, dishonored and angered our divine keeper. If you could recover
Oh my God.
and replace all 4 of those missing plaques, I imagine he might be willing to receive an audience again.
Cool. Thank you, DJ, for the 13 months of subbing. It's crazy. I joined the team like a year ago. What in the hell is happening with time? How's the No Man's Sky update? Gotta dive back in. Saw you were playing it the other day. I watched a few minutes. And then I was like, boy, do I want to spoil anything? I just gotta know. Time flies, it does. Okay, she's gonna make me sit up in my chair. I was fully kicked back in this thing. It's great. Ugh, I can't wait for that new expedition. I'm very excited. Alright, so you've exhausted me. I do like to fight the Sentinels. Cause it's funny when you make them like big mad and then just they bring the giant mech out, and it's always the same shit. You just keep shooting them, and then even if you fly off, they just fall. I don't know. It's funny. So if they've made that more complicated to navigate, that's awesome. The expeditions are... I love the expeditions so much. Oh, man. They bring new giant mechs now. That's what... I was looking at it the other day. Oh, man. Well, DJ's really huge into space sims, sci-fi stuff. No Man's Sky. You guys should follow him if not already. I will send Charon after you. I'm probably not going to remember, so you can spoil... Unless nobody else in chat wants it spoiled, I don't think they care. They're ready to spoil this game for me. They're all about it. You know what? Lay it on me. Also, tell me about the obelisk Equitia.
It's the towering stone monument with 4 sides and a pyramid-shaped head that stands before the great temple, a dedication to the god of this place. You'll find them all over Rome, but of course they were looted from Egypt many years ago. It seems one of them made its way here too, although how is a mystery. However, this one is unusual in that each of the 4 sides is decorated in a different style: Roman, Greek, Egyptian, and another I don't recognize. That means you'll need to recover 4 different plaques: Roman, Greek, Egyptian, and a 4th, a mystery plaque.
I sincerely hope that one of these plaques is that dick relief drawing that Rufius has in his... That would be so funny. Oh my god. After the 5th wave of Sentinels, when you take it down, they silence them on the planet for a while. Oh! Okay, that's rad. Because otherwise it's just this endless, like, you just shoot them and then you just gotta hope you get to a space station so that they'll go away. I made them so angry one day. I was trying to play with Trav. He's like, why won't they leave me alone? I was like, I think I need to log out. And I did. And he was like, they went away. And I was like, okay, they definitely hated me. I'm sorry about it. I'm sorry about it. So... There's a ooh. All right. This is a lot more interesting. That's a lot more interesting. I took a bit of a break because I didn't do the first 3. I was a latecomer to the expeditions. So I did the 4th one and I was like, I had no idea these were this cool. And so when they redid them, I just like did all of them, just rapid fire. It was like a furious amount of time grinding out all 3 of those. And I had a blast, but then I immediately took a break from No Man's Sky because I was like, boy, I've been playing this a lot. The Minotaur has AI blueprints you can install. Oh, see, I feel like the mech is what might bring Trav into it. He likes the game, but he has a hard time sticking with it because it's not. The game he wants is Star Citizen. You see some moment badges. You can't find any references to the moment. It's a clip, Hammy, and I think they really make it difficult to find them. I think you have to click on the badge, and the badge takes you to the moments that person collected. I think that's how that works. Yeah, he's like into the idea of Star Citizen. Like, he likes things about Elite Dangerous, but it's not fully there. He likes things about No Man's Sky, but it's not entirely there. And the like Star Citizen is the dream to him. He's been really into a Foxhole. Although today he played a little bit of it today. I guess they had big queues. I don't know. I love No Man's Sky. I'm excited. That makes me excited. We did some of Odyssey. I think this is about when we realized the disconnect in how he likes to play games versus the way I like to play games. And I was like, I'm an only child. He's like, well, you know, I am too. And I was like, oh, you're right. And then I realized I think it was because he grew up playing multiplayer games like Quake and shit. And I was always that, I'm gonna take my ball and go over here, kid. Like, I just went in the corner and just played games with myself. Whereas he really wants to get involved in the group effort of a game. And so, like with Elite Dangerous, he has to have some people that don't play it at my pace, which my pace is literally, I'm gonna deliver stuff back and forth. And, you know, I don't know anything about the living ships either. I'm starting to get into it. One of my last saves on No Man's Sky. Sorry, I'm gonna get back to this game, I promise. I needed a second. One of my last saves on No Man's Sky for that expedition, I got so many cool ships. I had like 3 S-class ships and 1 like special. I gotta open that up and start working off that save file and get me a living ship. You need a game where you play the raid boss and he and like 20 dudes trying to take you down. Well, we both seem to like Lost Ark. I'll tell you what, the 2 games that we seem to have, well, 3. We can play Monster Hunter together. Monster Hunter is really good. Grim Dawn, and to some extent Path of Exile. No, that's helpful. I'm gonna keep that in mind going into No Man's Sky, because yeah, everybody yesterday was like, oh my god, this update, or was it was a couple days ago. I'm pretty excited. Then Austin Marie was like, we should do this expedition together. Man, I love No Man's Sky. Going through those expeditions rapid fire showed me how much stuff I wasn't actually seeing in the game, because I was just so focused on trying to build a little base, and I didn't realize half the crap that's actually in that game. Like, I didn't know about those stargates. I found that amazing planet, the moon or whatever, that was all glowy and cool. I need to go back. I have so much stuff to unlock. Does he play Elder Scrolls Online? He did for like a minute. We have a hard time with MMOs, because once again, he wants to get into the group effort, and then I want to I just want to go collect berries and shit. I don't know. Oh, did you finish Dying Light? One more question for DJ. I know you've been trying to get through Dying Light. Where do I find the Greek plaque?
I don't know. But perhaps you should begin your search with the local Greek fellow, Georgius. His store is in the forum.
Okay. What about the Egyptian one? Is she gonna say, I don't know?
Perhaps Kabash, our Egyptian resident, would be able to tell us. Unfortunately, he disappeared weeks ago. But I did hear Aurelia is peddling rumors about him at the tavern, so perhaps you could talk to her, or just take a look in his room.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I want to get into Dying Light too. I think I'm gonna wait a bit though. I'm trying to clear all my stuff out so that I can start Elden Ring next week. That's gonna be a... Oh man. What about the mystery plaque?
I'm afraid you're on your own with that one. But perhaps finding the other 3 will illuminate the way.
Oh, did I say Dying Light? Did I say Lost? I have no idea. Oh my god. The last like 2 weeks have been like just like this game, this game, this game, this game, this game. I'm tailspun. Okay, let's talk about... Oh, you've been avoiding Lost Ark. It's a black hole. I just got to the strongholds and I was like, well, this is a lot of information. I'm gonna close the game. This is too much information. I have to close this game. After Bayonetta told me like 45 minutes of information about, you know, the various things that I could build and craft and set people to do and what, I was just like, wow, this is too much for now. Let's come back to this later. Tell me more about escaping with the help of Proserpina, or a guide.
As I mentioned, both Orpheus and Sisyphus were said to have persuaded Proserpina to help them escape, and Aeneas was guided to the exit. The problem is, those are the stories of a poet, a self-aggrandizing king, and a brawler about their own heroic deeds, so they should be taken with a grain of salt. First, Proserpina. What we do know about her is...
Oh yeah, this is a Lost Ark thing. I haven't touched Dying Light 2.
It said the god of the underworld abducted and dragged her here against her will, forcing her into marriage.
I've been playing Lost Ark, kind of just, that's like my off-stream game. That and Pokemon Arceus, which I literally opened yesterday and then closed 2 minutes later because, well, I was telling you guys about that. We finished Yellow Jackets, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. I just couldn't get into the Pokemon spirit, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna go watch Natural Born Killers, which led me to end up not watching Natural Born Killers. I watched that stupid, useless documentary on Young Lean. I don't know what the fuck. Okay. Okay. I'm familiar with this story. That's horrible. But she might be willing to work against him to help us.
If the stories are true, then I suppose so. The problem is, how do we communicate with her without being noticed by her captor? Leaving that aside for a moment, there is also the possibility of a spirit guide. I don't suppose you've come across one of those in your travels?
I haven't done a lot of peyote, so I hear the female statues whispering to me every now and then. I guess maybe that's what you're talking about. Maybe not the thing that I just said.
Truly? And you're only bringing this up now? Then again, I suppose you were worried I'd think you were as mad as Navia. Can you tell me more? Is it the same voice? What kinds of thing does it say?
Arceus is so good. I would love to actually stream that again. I streamed that one night when I was just kind of chilling. I finished one game and I took a vote and everybody was like, chill out with smart. So I played Arceus and it ended up being a lot of fun. So I'm always hearing the same voice. She's helpful. She's kind of cryptic.
Fascinating. Perhaps she's a benevolent spirit. Or perhaps Perhaps you're hearing the voice of Proserpina herself. If she has indeed been abducted, it would make sense for her to speak in cryptic whispers to avoid detection. Tell me, has she told you anything that might lead you to the way out?
I got stuck on one, I think it's a request in Arceus, where the guy wants you to find, looks like a seal. He wants you to find like some kind of 4-pound whatever that Pokemon's name is. I can't for the life of me. I'm holding on to like 13 of them and none of them are big enough. It's driving me crazy. So she said wait against the current. Whatever that means.
That is strange. There are no rivers here.
That's the one, Kitten,
Think
yeah.
on that.
I was a latecomer. I was a latecomer to Pokemon. All the kids that I babysat when I was younger would watch it. Honestly, it was fucking Fats is who got me into Pokemon because he used to do Pokemon Thursday or whatever. And so watching him play that, I was like, this looks good. This actually looks like fun. So I bought a 3DS and Pokemon Black. And I've been keeping up ever since. And that was, well, I was like, well, I think that was 2016. And then Pokemon Go came out. I would say Pokemon Go counts. So perhaps I need to get into the upper cistern. I already know this.
Right, because the current flows into the city through the aqueduct and into the upper cistern. I vaguely recall wondering what was in there, but the door at the back of the great temple is locked up tight. You might be able to get a key from the magistrate, but if that doesn't work, perhaps you can find another way in. Let me know if you find anything in there.
I've played a lot of Pokemon Go too. I was getting back into it for a little bit. My phone can't handle it anymore. My phone barely can handle being on for 45 minutes anymore. I gotta get a new one. I think I'm done. I'm ready to get started on my hunt for Red October.
All right. I would suggest not discussing this with anyone. The best we can do for them is to let them remain oblivious for as long as possible. As for Livia, it seems she's been shouldering the weight of this terrible secret all this time. Perhaps it would comfort her to know she's not alone.
You know, I've heard some good things about Unite, and then I've watched Adrian play a lot of that. Well, I've watched TK and Adrian play a lot of that game. I was never a huge MOBA like person, but it looks fun. It looks fun. I will talk with honestly, I'm gonna talk to Livia first, because I'm dying to know what her deal is.
In any case, time is of the essence, so you'd best begin.
Okay.
May Fortuna guide you. Although you may not need her with Proserpina on your side.
And she's off. Whoa. I shouldn't say I wasn't a huge MOBA. I've played a lot of Dota. I actually played a lot of League for a while there, but I've not streamed either because that was like a period of time that has passed. I would check out Unite though. And once again, like I said, I'm very much that I'm gonna take my toy and go over in the corner type of gamer. Okay, so what? Wait a minute. We gotta go talk to Livia. Let's talk to this guy since we're here.
Greetings and salutations.
Hey!
Greetings. I'm Georgius. It gladdens me to see another foreigner in our midst. We must stick together, you and I.
The level of detail on this set of hairy arms. You want to know where I'm from, but I want to ask you some questions. Georgius.
My friend, your words intrigue me more and more. But yes, very well. Ask me what you will.
Do you know where I can find a Greek plaque? By chance?
And in a city full of Romans, you are asking me? Because I am Greek. Let me tell you something about Greeks and Romans.
Oh no.
My name is Georgios, yes. But the Romans, they do not care. They hear me say Georgios, and they think, ah, he must mean Georgius. Good Roman name. They do this all the time.
I'm sorry.
They see us worshipping Zeus, they copy us, but call him Jupiter. They take Hades and call him Pluto, Persephone, Proserpina. I am flattered that they copy our ideas, but why must they change the names?
Damn.
Do they want credit for making it all up? Do they want to forget where it came from?
Damn!
At first, I pull my hair out. After a while, I give up, and I become Georgius the Roman. I accept the world is Romana. Plus, I have no hair left to pull. But my point is this. If you want to know who stole an old Greek name, look no further than the sticky-fingered Romans. The plaque you seek was pilfered from a collection of old Greek relics by none other than Dooley. He cannot help it.
Oh.
Like a typical Roman, he likes shiny things, especially those that once belonged to my people. And besides, it makes him happy. So I say, let him keep it. I believe he still has it with him, in his cell, just opposite the Temple of Demeter.
Right. I'll be going now.
I hope that our paths cross again soon, my friend.
I wasn't expecting that. Okay, yeah, let's keep talking to, not him. Let's go find Livia. I think we gotta go down. I hear Livia. I think Sopranos. Dooley, well, see, what I don't think... I think what Dooley stole was, like, public property. It wasn't, like, somebody's, so it probably didn't ping the whole thing.
Don't you just love springtime?
You are a ray of sunshine, and it's probably because you're freeballing. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Yeah, right, kitten? Now that we know the real culprit here, and I think it's always going to be the same guy, but there's different ways to navigate the end.
You, Sisyphus, attack or pursue the stone that always returns.
Did anybody else watch Brand New Cherry Flavor? I swear she's Boro. She's not as jovial as Catherine Keener, but she's there. You know? Hey.
Just as the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, so this place accepts all the souls. But it does not notice the crowds that come.
Yeah. I know where we are. I figured it out.
Say it. Speak its name.
Taco Bell. No, the underworld.
Then it is true. I was right.
You were correct.
I thought I saw it, but when the rest of them could not, I kept thinking I must have gone insane. I had to tell myself it was true over and over again, until I wasn't sure if I was deceiving myself. I must apologize if my words seem cryptic. I'd found comfort in reciting the Metamorphoses by our great poet Ovid. He gives such an uncanny description of this place. I cannot help but wonder if he himself came here. Would you like to hear it?
I don't, but I'm gonna let you. I have to return some videotapes. No, go for it.
I will do my best to remember the relevant verse. There is a downward path, gloomy with fatal yew trees. It leads through dumb silence to the infernal regions. The sluggish Styx exhales vapor, and by that way, the shadows of the newly dead descend, entombed with full rites, and the ghosts of those, at last, given proper burial. The wide, thorny waste is cold and pallid, and the newly arrived shades are ignorant of the road that leads to the Stygian city, where Black Dis has his cruel palace. As the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, so this place accepts all the souls, and is never too small for any populace, nor notices the crowds that come. There the bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone. Some crowd the forum, some the house of the ruler of the depths. Others follow their trades, imitating their previous lives.
Oh my god!
And still others incur punishment. I hope I have done it justice, and now we share a secret. It's as if you've lifted a great burden from my shoulders. Thank you, friend. I think I should rest.
Do you have to rest because you just spoke for like 4 days straight? Wait, what? I gotta see this clip. Hang on. That was a lot. That was just a lot. Yeah, right, kitten? Yeah, right, kitten? Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, right. What the hell happened there? Yeah, right, kitten? What was that? Oh. 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 I saw it. Yeah. Yeah. Orb! Back it up, back it up, back it up. It's haunted. This stream is haunted. You can't back up slowly enough. I can't find it anymore. Anyway, we saw it once. So, we've made her feel better. Equitia. I keep wanting to call her Aquisha. And then suggest that she doesn't live here anymore. Have a good one, Randall. So tomorrow night's stream, I'm gonna try to finish up Fallout New Vegas. Or at least this particular playthrough of Fallout New Vegas. Just so next week's kind of a blank slate for things. That way Friday we can hit up Elden Ring. Saturday we can hit up Martha is Dead. Excuse me. I didn't realize the people who made Martha is Dead are the same people who made the Town of Light. So I'm no longer surprised about the shocking thing they had to remove from the PlayStation version of the game. Because I believe in the Town of Light, we had to sit through a frontal lobotomy in first person, which was some shit. You found the frame? Can't wait, yeah. Sounds like a jovial, sounds like a great stream. All right. Let's go look. We asked him, let's go ask Dooley. Dooley is who we need to go talk to next. My head's not hurting quite as badly now.
Don't believe a word they tell you.
During, like, that entire conversation, with Karen and somebody else, like, right after that, I was just sitting here just straight up massaging the ever-loving crap out of my fucking head and eyeball. I think it's gone now, though. I think I fixed it.
Fortune smile on you, sister.
I also may have absolutely taken some of that Dwell CBD on the last break.
Hello?
I think that helped a bit. Dooley!
Hello? Have we
Dooley!
met before?
Dooley! Dooley! Oh my god, Dooley, we have to talk about this Greek plaque.
Do you like it? It's shiny, innit? It makes me happy just looking at it.
That's very nice. That's great. Can I have it?
But if I gave it to you, then I wouldn't have it anymore, and I'd be sad.
I need it for something really important.
But it's mine, and I really like it. I want to keep it.
Fuck. What is it gonna take for me to get that? What do I gotta do?
Well, if you get me out of here, then I wouldn't need it anymore because I'd already be happy. Then you could have it, and you'd be happy too.
Let me talk to the magistrate.
Galerius already tried that. He said the magistrate wouldn't listen, no matter what.
Well, I think it's time we had a new magistrate, and I'm pretty sure I got Galerius interested, so...
Like, Galerius? He's nice.
Yeah, dude.
I like Galerius. He made me a doll and everything.
So, I need to persuade everybody to vote for Galerius.
Yeah, Galerius will let me out. Then you can have my plaque,
Nice.
and everyone will be happy.
Okay, I'll be going.
Bye-bye.
I have work to do. Equitia talked for so long that it's dark again. Hang on a sec. Double checking to see. I'd like to go take a break again. It's been about an hour. Although I could just wait another half hour and then take the break then. That's probably the play. That's what I'm gonna do. Greek plaque. I'll need to make him popular among a majority of the voters. Yeah, I still gotta kick Rufius's ass too. That was like a huge goal. There's just a lot to do that I think it's gonna be a more satisfactory ending than the one that we got. I don't need to get all the endings, I just need a better ending than the one that I got. This is like when I finished Cyberpunk and the ending sucked ass and we had to stay up an extra 2 hours to make it right. Did you just watch that? I gotta get the next part of Resident Evil up and start working on some of the Fallout stuff as well. The ending where you end up with Judy is good. 'Cause it's Judy.
A golden bow, just like Apollo and Diana's.
Don't look at me. Wait a minute. Actually,
feeling all right?
I'll be going.
That's a shame. Thanks again for saving Yulia's life. Apollo smiles upon you.
Hey, bud.
Sometimes I stare at the great temple on the bluff, and I think, whatever is in there, it has to be important. Ah, a new face. Salve, and welcome to a little community. My name's impossible to pronounce for most people, so you can just call me Virgil. I hear we have you to thank for saving Julia's life. I'm glad you arrived when you did.
Who are you gonna vote for?
Well, Cynthia seems to know what he's doing. Nobody's broken the golden rule under his watch so far.
What a bold move to walk up to somebody who who for all intents and purposes thinks they're meeting you for the first time and be like, yo, who you voting for? Is there anything I can do to change that? I know the answer already. He wants me to find out who's harassing him. I know who's harassing him.
My vote isn't for sale, if that's what you're asking.
Right, I'll be going now.
Nice to talk to you.
It happens a lot in the 2020 era, yeah. Oh my god, that yes lord emote. I'm reasonably sure I've told you guys about that, the story about that emote. If not, if you don't remember, I'll tell it again. It's a short story. There's these little, comics that religious groups will give out on New Year's. Especially if you, like, attend a bar on New Year's.
Don't believe a word they tell you.
I actually think I can find it. I went out with a couple of friends one year. I think it was 2003 that my friend Tracy had come to see me. The Chick Tracks, yeah. We went out to this bar. Tracy wasn't... She was a lightweight. We'll just say it like it is. So she overdrank very quickly. And long story short is, she was pulled out of the bar and I had to go with her. Like, I remember I was in the bathroom, people from Kansas City will probably know the Riot Room that used to be called the Hurricane. We were there, and the stalls in that place were really short. So like, and it was just this shitty dive. The bathrooms it literally felt like walking into a cave with a door. So I'm in there, and somebody comes in, and they're just talking like, where's Jade? We gotta find Jade. And I stand up, and then you can see my head, and I'm like, right here, what do you need? And they're like, yeah, Tracy got thrown out because she's gonna barf. I was like, oh, damn it. So it's New Year's Eve. It's before midnight. I go outside. They're like, yeah, you guys, you need to take her home or something. So I'm like, okay. I start to walk towards the car, and I'm like, man, I can't fucking drive. So we're like 21. I just call my parents. They come get us. We hear the ball dropping in the car. We had to have, like, Tracy had to have a bucket so we could drive home. And, let's see. We get home next day. I think while we were waiting for my parents, that's when the religious people started circling with the chick tracts. This one was called Party Girl. Hang on. This one was called Party Girl, and we actually got 2 of them. The next day, I was like, sure, thanks. I shoved it in my purse. Party Girl. I'm pretty sure I have them still somewhere. And it's just this woman. It's this story about a woman who thinks her daughter's going to hell because she's out partying. I think is the long story short. Like Satan's gonna get her at the bar, you know. So yeah, yes, Lord is right, literally right there. The festival begins in 2 weeks. I want a full report from all divisions. Master, we've loaded the city with drugs and alcohol. Your music is also ready. We've booked the hottest groups in the world. Your warehouses are packed with low-grade condoms. And hundreds of volunteers are ready to give them away. The souls of all these partygoers belong to me, and I don't intend to lose a single one. Master, what could possibly go wrong? 3,000 miles away, Rita Jones is awakened at 4 a.m. Yes, Lord, I'll warn her. That's where it comes from. Jill's grandmother calls, says it's urgent. She's at a Jill's grandmother calls, yeah. It's urgent, she's at a festival. She's staying at the Hotel Orleans. Back at Satan's headquarters. Master, we have a big problem. Rita Jones is on her way. She's coming to steal her granddaughter away from you. Grr, I hate that old... Symbols. She's been a thorn in my side for 20 years. For sweet revenge, I'll kill her granddaughter tonight. Meanwhile, at Club Paradise, Judy's like, I love to party here. This is my favorite spot. And at the bar, Satan's making her a drink. And then Grandma comes in. She's like, you can't do this, Jill. It's a matter of life and death. Then fucking the Hamburglar shows up. He's like, I'm not gonna let that drink go to waste. And he drinks it. And he goes and spends time with Satan. Grandma, that drink was poisoned. And then from there it just goes on. That's the story of that emote. Now, I said this the other day because religion came up in this particular game. I don't care what you believe in. That is between you and that thing. I'm very respectful of that. That party girl shit is funny as fuck. That is so stupid. Oh my god. Oh man. Holy shit. Party girl. I never forgot that. That was so long ago. Yes, Lord. The Lord works in mysterious ways. He poisoned the drink of the one true Ron. I know, I love that too. Rita Jones, arch nemesis of Satan. I love that Satan looks like he would have fought Rocky and Bullwinkle in an episode, you know? That's funny. Okay, go and throw on some music.